Now, birds can be found just about in every terrestrial habitat on the planet, and a lot of them are even at home in the water, and they can even swim and dive. Some of the features they have for flight, they have a one-way breathing system, and of course I've already mentioned that their bones are hollow and very light. They also have bones in their pelvis and their feet and their hands and their head that are fused. They don't have teeth, but they do have bills. They don't have heavy jaw bones. And they have a furcula, which is the wishbone in the chest, and that keeps the chest from compressing when they stroke down when they beat their wings. And then they have this large keeled sternum where all the flight muscles attach, which are very strong flight muscles. And of course they have feathers for insulation and to help them fly. They are endothermic, as we mentioned earlier, and their heart has 4 chambers, just like ours does. They have very high metabolic rates. They produce large eggs that have the hard shell around them. Many of them have very good navigational abilities, and they have ways of communicating and producing songs. This is a feather, which you will need to know the parts of the feather. You can see you've got the calamus is the quill, and then the extension of that through the feather is the rachis or rachis. It's the shaft of the feather. And then you've got barbs that stick out from the feather, and then branching off the barbs you have barbules, and then branching off the barbules you have barbicels. This is showing the difference in 2 types of feathers. You have contour feathers that they'll use for flying, and down feathers, you see, they are for insulation, and they're found underneath, closer to their bodies. The scales of birds is the same keratin as their beaks and claws and spurs, and you have them on the toes. It's kind of like the scales of reptiles. And then sometimes they even have feathers intermixed with the scales on their feet. They also have something called a crop. They don't have teeth, so this crop stores the food, and pigeons will produce this crop milk that's very nutritious, and they'll throw it up or regurgitate it and feed it to their young. Then birds have a gizzard. Since they don't have teeth, they have this gizzard which churns and crushes the food around. It behaves like the teeth. And then, of course, their heart has 4 chambers.